What do I do when my loved one fires the helper I hired? You brought in support, someone you vetted, you trained, you hoped would help, and then your loved one says, I don't want them here anymore. And your heart sinks. You feel rejection, you feel guilt, you feel confusion. What do you do in that moment, especially if cognitive decline or dementia is part of the picture? Let's talk through what it means when your care receiver rejects a helper and how to respond with respect and clarity and how to balance boundaries and safety in relationship. You'll walk away with a few strategies to handle it, not with guilt, but with grounded leadership. I'm Dr. Anna Thomas. I'm a physician, TEDx speaker, and founder of Life Care Leadership. I help caregivers lead with clarity, even in the messy, emotional moments. What I share is for education, so always consult with your healthcare team for any medical or legal advice. If you're navigating roles, resistance, and you're not sure how much help you need, then please check out my free Care Needs Analysis training. It will help you map out what you truly need so you don't overcommit to helpers who may be getting rejected. The link for that training is below. First of all, we need to reframe they fired them as communication, not rejection. When your loved one says no to a helper, it's rarely about the helper personally, but if it is, you need to address that, of course. It is often about fear, discomfort, confusion, loss of control, or anxiety. And when you're taking care of somebody living with dementia, they might be feeling overwhelmed, sensitive to the changes. They may feel like their home is being invaded. They may be confused about who that person is. They may resist someone new because of fear or distrust, and they may misinterpret the helper's intention. They also could just be overstimulated by having too many people coming to the home. Viewing this as communication gives you the space to respond to it compassionately, not defensively. You want to pause. Don't fire back emotionally. When this happens, take a breath, steady your emotions, don't push in or argue in the moment. Avoid statements like, you're being unreasonable, this is something we have to do. Instead, use a calming tone, not confrontation. Your calmness becomes a container for trust. If you respond with frustration, the rejection intensifies. Then you want to re-enter the conversation with empathy and validation. So you go back later, calmer and softer. Try something like this. I see you're upset about this. I understand it's uncomfortable having someone new in the home. If there's something about them that bothers you, I need to know so we can work it out or change things. Opens the dialogue. It's not a battle. Ask what they're feeling or what they're needing. Instead of pressing, why are you firing them? Ask, what about having someone else here? Or what about that situation made you feel uneasy? Is there a time of day when you'd feel more okay with someone visiting? What would help you feel more comfortable? Maybe you'll discover the issue is timing or privacy. Maybe it's a reaction to someone doing something too fast in the home and they weren't comfortable with that. Offer some limited trial periods. So one reason that helpers are rejected is because the role feels too invasive initially. Maybe we start off with some limited tasks. Maybe they're just going to sit with you and fold laundry while they're nearby. Or have short visits, an hour, 2 hours. Let's start with that. And let your loved one know that it's okay to say, we got to pause, we got to stop. If the helper missteps, maybe you have to remove them, adjust, get somebody different. This is a gradual approach that you can do to build trust over time. You also want to set some clear boundaries and rules for help. Before a helper even begins, you have to get clarity on what tasks they will do, when they will work, how they will interact with your loved one, how they will communicate with you, what is non-negotiable, safety, respect, certain routines. When things go wrong, you can always refer back to those boundaries, those specific expectations. Now, if this is irreparable, you have to transition respectively. So sometimes a helper isn't really a good fit. And if that's the case, thank them for their time, provide feedback if you can, and make sure that you transition smoothly to somebody else. Explain to your loved one, we tried this person, it wasn't working right now, we'll find someone else who is a better fit for us. This helps you preserve dignity for both your loved one and for the next helper that's going to be coming in. Over time, you have to monitor and adjust. So every time the resistance arises, examine, are they feeling overwhelmed by the change? Is there some issue with the helper? Are we switching helpers too often? Do we need a helper with more specific skills, maybe dementia skills, or a different type of approach? Adjust your hiring criteria appropriately. Now, if these caregiving dynamics feel a little tricky, then be sure to check out my book, From Caregiver to Care Leader. It gives you the mindset, the tools, and some language to help you stay steady, compassionate, and strong, even when the path is shifting. You can find it on Amazon, and the link is below. Remember, you've hired help because you believe your loved one deserves support, and you deserve some support too. Hearing no can feel a little painful sometimes. It feels like your plan has failed. But every time you pause, reflect, reattempt, you're doing care leadership. You're holding love, respect, boundaries, and dignity all at once. That's hard, but it's also courageous. The next video I recommend you watch is How Can I Manage When My Loved One Refuses Help? This video gives you some broader strategies that you can fold into this more specific scenario. Remember, you are more than just a giver of care. You are a leader of care. This is the age of caregiving, and together we can lead it with strength, courage, and compassion.